You wake up one morning and realize another year is gone. Not a week, not a month, a year. When you were a child, summer felt endless. A single school year felt like a lifetime. Waiting for your birthday felt unbearable. Now entire years disappear almost without warning. Why does that happen? Why does time seem to speed up as we get older? The strange part is that clocks disagree. A minute is still 60 seconds, an hour is still 60 minutes. Nothing about time itself has changed. The thing that changed is you. Scientists have spent decades studying this mystery, and the answer begins inside your brain. Imagine you are 6 years old. 1 year represents a huge part of your life. If you are 6, 1 year is nearly 17% of everything you have ever experienced. That year feels massive. But if you are 50 years old, 1 year is only 2% of your life. Compared to everything that came before it, that year feels smaller. This idea is called proportional time, and it explains part of the mystery, but not all of it. Something even stranger is happening. Your brain is not recording reality like a camera. It is building memories, and memories are what create your sense of time. In the 1960s, psychologist Robert Ornstein proposed that our perception of time depends heavily on how much information our brains process and store. The more new experiences we encounter, the richer our memory becomes, and the longer that period feels when we look back on it. Think about your first day at school, your first kiss, your first job, your first time driving a car. Those moments feel large because your brain treated them as important discoveries. Children live in a world filled with firsts. Everything is new, everything is unfamiliar, everything demands attention. As a result, the brain creates dense memories. Months feel packed with events. Years feel enormous. But adulthood is different. You wake up, go to work, check your phone, eat similar meals, follow familiar routines. The brain becomes efficient. It stops paying close attention to things it already understands. Days begin blending together. Weeks become difficult to separate. Months start disappearing. Have you ever arrived home and realized you barely remember the drive? That is your brain running on autopilot. When experiences become predictable, fewer detailed memories are created. And when fewer memories exist, the period feels shorter in hindsight. Researchers studying memory often call this the holiday paradox. During a vacation, time may seem to pass quickly in the moment. But later, it feels surprisingly long. Why? Because travel creates new experiences, new sights, new sounds, new people, new problems to solve. The brain records more information. Looking back, the trip appears larger than it felt while living through it. Routine works the opposite way. The days feel normal, but afterward, they seem to vanish. Neuroscientists believe dopamine may also play a role. Dopamine is often called the brain's reward chemical. It helps regulate attention, motivation, and learning. Novel experiences can trigger stronger dopamine responses. That increased attention may help create richer memories. Could that be one reason childhood feels so long? Many researchers think it contributes. There is another possibility. As we age, our brains become experts. Experts process familiar information faster. A child may spend several minutes examining a beetle. An adult barely notices it. The world becomes easier to predict, and prediction reduces surprise. Without surprise, fewer memories stand out. Without standout memories, time appears compressed. So does this mean life must keep accelerating forever? Not necessarily. Studies suggest people can slow the feeling of time by seeking novelty, learning a language, exploring a new city, taking a different route home, meeting new people, trying unfamiliar hobbies. These experiences force the brain to pay attention again. They create mental landmarks, and landmarks stretch our perception of time. In a way, your brain measures life differently than a clock does. A clock measures seconds. Your brain measures change. The more change you experience, the longer life feels. The less change you notice, the faster it seems to disappear. That means the speed of life is not only about age, it is also about attention. The years that vanish are often the years we stop noticing. And the years we remember are the years we truly lived. One day, years from now, you will look back at this period of your life. The question is not how much time will have passed. The question is how much of it your brain will remember. Because time may move at the same speed for everyone, but a meaningful life feels longer than a forgotten one.